So today, the country's biggest question is this: when will the Prime Minister resign, and how did Doctor Doom become so powerful in Avengers: Doomsday? How did he become so dangerous that he stopped Thor's Stormbreaker with just 2 fingers? And don't forget, this is the same Stormbreaker that was forged from URU by Nidavellir, made from the same material as Mjolnir. And anyway, it's not enchanted, but it emits massive cosmic energy, because of which an ordinary body can't even survive its wielding. Then, on top of that, Stormbreaker, with all that force, had stopped Thanos by tearing through the full power of his 6 Infinity Stones. So how did Doom stop it using just 2 saffron-like fingers? The straight answer is that Doom isn't just strong like that he can stop anyone. Doom's powers, he keeps them stored up, just like your mother stockpiles government gas cylinders. And using that exact same logic, Doom is able to stop Thor's Stormbreaker with his fingers. And then, supporting that, the world immediately noticed the markings on the gauntlet when he was stopping Stormbreaker, which in itself becomes the biggest visual link between Doom and Magic Doom. To understand this, if you look at the 1985 Superhero Secret Wars issue trend, which tells the story of the death of the Beyonder. In this comic, Doom steals the powers of Galactus and his Herald Terex and confronts the Beyonder. During the fight, the Beyonder dissects Doom's body. But in the end, Doom, on the strength of his willpower and intelligence, steals the Beyonder's own powers. And this panel perfectly shows that Dr. Doom got that tier of power not just through brute force, but by outsmarting and outwilling cosmic beings. And exactly the same pattern is being teased in the Avengers: Doomsday teaser trailer. After that, let me tell you another very dark angle about harnessing Doom's powers. As you remember the official poster, right? When during the Avengers Doomsday trailer, an official poster was released where Doom stands in front of a painting showing a mother and daughter, with angels flying around them. That means they have passed away, and below them is a destroyed planet, which shows the incursion storyline. So related to this, if I tell you a comic in which Doom sacrificed his own love for power, would you believe it? The comic is Fantastic Four issue 67 in Mark Waid's run. In this comic, Doom sacrificed his greatest love, Valeria, in front of 3 demons. In return, he gets immense power. And this comic shows that Dr. Doom's greatest power often comes with personal or emotional sacrifice, which will also support our point about the Latvian witches. Because recently at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel has put up some props and costumes related to Avengers: Doomsday. From that, we got the first costume look of the Latvian witch. And according to early leaks, in the Doomsday movie, Doom will have marks and forces called Harbingers, which literally means something is going to happen, something bad is going to happen. And it will ultimately be revealed in the movie that she will be a brainwashed Scarlet Witch, which leads us to another Doctor Doom comic, which is 2015's Secret Wars issue 5. In it, God Emperor Doom had imprisoned Molecule Man right beneath a giant statue of himself on Battle World, where everyone had accepted that Molecule Man was dead, but Doom had forcibly hidden him away in an actual cavity, making him a battery that powers Doom's Battle World and Doom's godhood. And then, there's another 2015 comic, New Avengers issue 33, which reveals that Doom had been working with Molecule Man for years. And Doom is in hiding, using Molecule Man's power, which was part of a very big plan against the Beyonder. The overall calculation of all this is that by taking reference from Marvel Comics, he will easily apply the same Molecule Man arc to Scarlet Witch, just like they have been doing before. Like if you watch Hulk's arrival on Earth in Infinity War, originally in the comics, that shot was done by Silver Surfer. So here, 100% Doom will be shown using Scarlet Witch's powers, seeing her universal feats in Multiverse of Madness. And looking at her powers more than her beauty, he will understand that if he ensnares this woman, if he brainwashes her, then I will become even more powerful, and no one will be able to stop me thanks to chaos magic. And many people are already comparing this to Scarlet Witch. I mean, people are already connecting their like dots, which in the movie directly becomes an open secret that our Scarlet Witch will be the harbinger. A witch, a Latvian witch, who will be the power source for Doctor Doom's ultimate godhood. And now, let's come to where Doom's power actually comes from. To understand that, you don't need a comic, but you'll have to revisit another Marvel story, which is, what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? Where What If Season 1, Episode 4, directly gives a road map, a huge spoiler, of how Doctor Doom will have become so powerful by stealing the powers of the multiverse. In that what if, Doctor Strange becomes Doctor Strange Supreme so that he can revive his dead love Christine, and he is completely blinded by love. And then when he cannot bring his love back even using the Eye of Agamotto, he goes to the lost library of Cagliostro to use forbidden knowledge, where he learns that you can gain powers by absorbing mystical creatures from other dimensions. After that, what happened? He absorbed the powers of dragons, demons, tentacled eldritch monsters, interdimensional spirits, and who knows how many dark mystical entities forcibly. And with each absorption, he was not only getting stronger and stronger, but at the same time becoming more and more of a monster, which maybe in Doomsday, explains Doom's scars, which in that what-if story eventually makes Doctor Strange into Doctor Strange Supreme. Where now, Doctor Strange could not change the absolute point, and then in that story, because of forcing it, the whole universe collapses. But Doom is not going to make this mistake here because he is not in love, and the collapse of the multiverse is already happening. He will absorb all those powers and beings to save the multiverse so that he can establish control over the entire world, which will lead to the Secret War story. And you know our Doom? He will keep himself infused with dark arts, Latvian magic, runic magic, everything, so that he has a counterattack present for every single thing. Whether you take him in diplomacy, in tech, in magic, or even in brute force. And now, what makes Doom special in all this is that he doesn't just use magic to overpower his villains. Doom's technology is on par with Stark's level. His intellect is on par with Reed Richards' level. And in magic, the guy is near best to Doctor Strange. But in fact, in dark arts, he even tears Strange apart and comes out ahead. And where these individuals master only one field each, Doctor Doom masters almost all fields. Even if he is only number 2. Because imagine, no one can do that. Because the way he infuses everything and shows his increased power scale leaves everyone stunned. And now, like in Avengers Doomsday, he will also make Sentinels, and then he will infuse them with power using magic so that they just don't die. He will also use science for multiversal travel. So to become powerful, he will use dark arts to steal their powers. He will commit interdimensional war crimes too. But he will use his smartness to keep diplomatic immunity. He is the best of all, every world. From this, one last question arises. Is Doctor Doom now stronger than Thanos? Even combining all his 6 Infinity Stones? So a simple general answer is that in Avengers Doomsday, our Doctor Doom will be like a god-tier Prime Doom. Like, with full force power, he is obviously much more powerful. But, as a human biology, obviously he is not very strong because, like, from the inside he is human. He might become a bit metahuman, but not more than that. But at the same time, strong is a very general word. Because even without stones, Thanos' strength came from his army, from his physicality, from being an alien. His raw power and possession also came from the Infinity Stones, if you add them on top. Because apart from that, he was a Titan. He was an alien. But here, if we talk about Doom's actual strength, It comes from his mind and his hatred, from his hate, from his rage, from his narcissism, from his ego. That's the base for everything. He relentlessly pursues everything like, how can I be number two? And like, he is ready to throw at everything, life, time, money, love, everything to achieve his goal. He will mix science into magic. He will blend smartness into diplomacy. He will fuse tech into everything, but will not give up. And this is what makes Doom the most powerful villain so far. Where in the comics his power scale can fluctuate up and down, but in this movie, he is the god tier, godhood prime Doom that no one can stop. Like, literally, we are watching a losing story of the Avengers. And Secret Wars will beat the hell out of everyone. Besides this, please do tell your opinions on what theories and dots you have connected regarding Avengers, Doomsday. Do tell me your opinions in the comments, and until then, keep watching.